Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you could hit a subscribe and a like and a bell notification, the buttons everyone always tells you to push. A little support goes a long way for me. It's a bit of a different tack from the usual video. I want to start a series about Warhammer. Probably one of my favorite things, most favorite. So, there's a lot of these videos out on the internet, facts and lore, what is this and who are those fellas? And I've seen a handful, and they're not bad, but I find they're often delivered with very little excitement. And for as much as I appreciate the Warhammer universe, I feel that excitement is required. That if you're interested in getting people to join you in your hobby, your excitement is just as important as the hobby itself. So, let's get into it. To start, I suppose, what is Warhammer? Or more specifically, Warhammer 40k. I like the sci-fi more than the fantasy, but there is both. So, for 40k, it's humanity has survived until the year 41,000 and some. Through the discovery or invention of faster-than-light travel, we had conquered the galaxy, or our solar system. No, the galaxy, right? Yeah, the galaxy. But then everything kind of fell apart due to internal struggles. And this thing called chaos that I believe we're unaware of at this point. And then, so after this fraction, everything sort of falls apart. Humanity loses contact with humanity. But then, out of the ashes comes a new leader. Reunite mankind under a single banner in order to reconquer the galaxy and find all of our lost brethren. He does so through the development of super soldiers, genetically enhanced superhumans called Space Marines, or more formally, the Adeptus Astartes. And they are the primary tool with which humanity is brought forth through the stars. But then, through internal struggles again, big surprise, humans and their struggles, it all begins to fall apart again. And so we end up in a state of constant warfare. Warfare against your brothers, against yourself, against bureaucracy, aliens, and the thing called chaos. Now, chaos. Everything else kind of makes sense. Aliens, genetically engineered soldiers, and all is pretty straightforward. But chaos, that's the tricky part. It works sort of like, I guess you could equate it to magic, kind of, but not quite. Not quite. And we'll get into all these things specifically later. In future videos. But for now, suffice it to say that chaos is our world's manifestation of the immaterium. And now the immaterium is a realm that exists within but outside of our own reality. And it is made up entirely of potential. And there are entities within this potential that shape it for their own ends. You would call them demons. 4 of them, the biggest, are the chaos gods: Tzinch, Nurgle, Khorne, and the 4th one escapes me at this time. I was going to script this all, but I felt I didn't want to wait to make the video because I'm excited about this. But I don't have time to really write something up today and upload a video. I'm getting a little late already. But so it's potential. And humans, psychically gifted humans, can access this energy. I'm getting too much into it. So what do we got? Warhammer. Super sci-fi. Superhumans. Crazy aliens. And nuts space magic. Which all sounds a little crazy. But it's so... Oh my God. The potential of it all is just amazing. You know, there's the books and the video games and the tabletop game, which is yeah, it's just such an amazing thing, and it's so full of wonders. And I think the biggest reason why I take to it so much, and why I want to make these videos, is because I see a lot of heavy morals in these stories that are hidden behind and this is not a jab at all, no shots fired. They seem to be written sort of like a Michael Bay movie. A lot of excitement, action, and larger-than-life characters. But I think all of those things overshadow the true point of it all. Or what I see, anyways, as the true point. The never-ending parallels in that world and ours, the constant struggle within oneself to remain true and honest to yourself, to withstand the outside influences that would make you change yourself. In the face of so many things and so much adversity, to stay true to yourself and the ideals which you stand for. It's so much greater than anyone ever seems to give the books credit for. Like, the whole universe is built around the infinite struggle between good and evil. within and without oneself. And you get, and you can see the way the humans typically treat aliens is very reminiscent of how human beings consistently treat unknown groups of humans. Kinda like racism is sort of where I'm going. There's so much. If you look into this universe, it is so deep and full of introspective meaning. And so many of these figures are worthy of your aspirations. It's a crazy, wonderful thing. And I love it. And I want to tell the world about it. Because I don't really get to talk to my little corner of the world about it, because not to say no one cares about what I'm interested in, but I don't think anybody sees what I see in it. And so how can you truly express yourself to someone who is completely ignorant to the depths of it? You look at them like sci-fi dime novels. Sure, $9.99 from the bookstore, $8.99, whatever. Cheap, easy read. Power through it in a day or two. Oh, but that's like saying the top foot of the ocean is the whole thing. There's so much more if you just take the time to look. And so don't get me wrong. I'm a real big fan of giant super soldiers smashing aliens with giant lightning enhanced power fists. That's pretty cool. Faster than light travel around the galaxy. Crazy alien invasions. Biological organisms that have become so massive they are spacefaring vessels that give birth to new organisms that then go and destroy whole planets and convert the life there into bigger and better aliens so they can take more planets over. Or then at the very same time, you get aliens who fight for what they call the greater good. Everyone gives up everything they have to fight for this greater good. The only thing that matters is the species, not the individual parts. One alien can be replaced, but the species and your ideals, those are permanent, or they need to be permanent. And then so you get aliens that almost seem more righteous than the humans that have claimed ownership. And now I'm getting carried away. I could talk for days about this. Ooh, and I will. Once a week. On Wednesdays. Called a Warhammer Wednesday. And I'll go into detail about all these things that I so very much appreciate. And hopefully, I don't know how to finish that sentence. I just want to talk about it. I just want to talk about it in a way that is true to how I feel. I got a friend who I talk to about this stuff. And I think he gets what I'm saying. but I can never be quite sure. And my brother, now I'm pretty sure he gets it, because he always says I'm real smart and I get things that he misses a lot. So he might understand. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. I aim to enlighten the folks around me. Anyways, I am getting carried away now, even though I have no idea how long this has been. Good grief. So those pauses are not okay. I'll deal with that in the next one. Anyways, if you've listened to me ramble all the way through, as I mentioned in the beginning, leave a like and a subscribe if you have suggestions of where you want to go with this, things you want me to discuss first before others. Yeah, leave it down below. Let me know. And you can steer this just as much as I can. Anyways, if you're still here, thanks for hanging out, and see you on Wednesday. Bye.